All right, Miles, let's move on to Michigan football. Look, we talked about Ohio State about a week ago, and listen, we can't talk Ohio State without giving its rival, the so-called team up north, as the people in Ohio say, Michigan, maize and blue. It's due. This is a team that won the Big Ten back-to-back years. It's a team that beat Ohio State back-to-back years. This is a team heading to the college football playoff for the second time in 2 years as well. They have shown themselves to be one of the better run programs top to bottom the last couple of years in college football. They are one of the better teams roster wise as well, top to bottom. And they actually got big news. And I know you've got the story on that for the future, not just for this upcoming college football playoff, but long term as well. Before I hand it over to you, Mize, Michigan fans, we want to hear from you in the comment section below. Look, it's been an unbelievable season. We want to hear from you guys. What was your favorite win this season? But you can't say Ohio State because that's too easy. Give us your favorite non-Ohio State win in the comment section below. But Myers, what do you have out of Ann Arbor?
Yeah, Nick, this is a different kind of win. Michigan is winning. You'd think everyone talks draft class, draft class, draft class. But Michigan is winning. They're currently ranked number one overall in the transfer portal classes. A lot of guys are transferring.
It's
We know
huge.
how hot the transfer portal has been. And Michigan seems to be a hotspot destination, Nick. And they have currently landed another huge piece for this team that I think will add a lot of value, Nick. And that is none other than former Stanford Cardinal offensive lineman Drake Nugent. And I think this is a big, big upgrade for the team in more than one way, Nick, because they're losing their Remington Award winner after this season. He's going to move on. So they have an immediate hole, immediate need. And to get a proven, highly touted recruit like Nugent in here early on, I think that's going to bode very well for them because this is a very physical team. With Blake Corum back there running the ball, they need a really stout offensive line. With McCarthy, he's going to need some protection. He plays a little bit wilder style of football now. So I think this Michigan team bolstering the trenches, that's always how you want to win the game, Nick. What do you think about this addition to the Michigan team?
Well, I think it's a good move, right? Obviously, you alluded to the center going on. And again, I'm going to refer to him as the center because I'm going to butcher his name. And that's very
Yeah.
disrespectful for a player as good as he is because he's unbelievable. I think he's going to have a great career in the NFL as well. But he was also a transfer from Virginia, right? So this is, again, Michigan understanding the new age of college football where you have to pick up key players in the transfer portal as well as recruiting them and developing them the old fashioned way. And again, it goes back to my point, the program that Harbaugh is built. Look, it took time. It took a lot longer than a lot of us thought. There were some ups and some downs, but it's clear Michigan has figured it out. And they understand how they win is they win by not being Ohio State. Ohio State goes all for the flashy, the wide receivers. They seem to recruit 50 million wide receivers every year, try and get 50 million transfers in every year. Michigan does it the way, as a former offensive lineman, I love to see, and they go get linemen. They have the best offensive line for the second year in a row. They won the Joe Moore Trophy, I think, about a week ago during award season. That's the award given for the best offensive line in the country. No one's ever won it, I believe, back-to-back years, and Michigan's done it again here. I just love that. This is a team that understands their identity. They're physical, they tough, they run the football, play action, zone read. You mentioned McCarthy. I love the fact they know their identity, they're sticking to it, and they're taking advantage of processes like the transfer portal that's worked for them before, that's gotten them back to the college football playoff. And right now, if I'm a fan of the maize and blue, obviously I'm looking forward to the playoff. But looking even beyond that, the future is looking just as bright as it has been the last few years.
Yeah, Nick. And I just want to read you a little bit of the scouting report on this guy because, well, first of all, I want to say, you think that this guy gets pulled in maybe because of Harbaugh's connections to Stanford a little bit? Think that has anything
He
to
knows
do?
the area. He knows the area, certainly, yeah. And Shaw was a coach who coached with Harbaugh, I think, or was an assistant under Harbaugh a period of time. So I definitely think there was some relationship there and some communication there. No doubt that played a role.
But this guy's scouting report, Nick, I think you're really going to like it. And this is from 247 Sports. So this is about Nugent. Wide build, broad shoulders, strong lower half. Always good to have in a center. Physical prototype center that reaches the second level consistently. And this is the part I like, Nick. They said he has a real nasty streak and he plays through the whistle. You love a competitor and a mauler type offensive lineman, a guy who's going to play a little bit too long past the whistle, but that just means he's a competitor and he's willing to, get things done. He does the dirty work. I love that. This says he knocks back his defenders with a strong punch. He's able to recognize when he should help out the guard. I'm sure the guards will love that. And he can improve on his pass protection technique. As we said, He seems like a real mauler in the run game, though. They say he has the potential to be a star, multi-year starter down the road. So I think it's a very interesting, scouting report on him. All of the kind of things that you want to hear when you're going to establish a strong running game and play action game like Michigan has done.